Should you work out when you're tired and when you're sore? It's a question I get all the fucking time. We're gonna cover it right now. The answer is no. Sweet, if you got some value from this, feel free to subscribe and I'll see you in, obviously I'm kidding. There's a little bit more to it than that. Let's go over the factors that I look at, the checklist I go through to make sure I'm actually able to train if I'm sore or if I'm tired. Let's run through that real quick. I've not got a whole lot of time, but I'll always make time for you. Let's do it. The first thing to check is how much sleep you had the night before. A rough estimate is all you need. If you've had less than 6 hours sleep, you are gonna be too tired to get much from your workout. There's no point pushing yourself through a grueling workout when you're running on empty. When you've not had enough sleep, rest and recovery, your workout's gonna be shit. You're gonna make no progress anyway. Better to take an extra couple of hours of sleep or rest and fully recover before you hit it properly. Next, are you fueled for the workout? Are you hydrated and well fed? These two factors, if not kept in check, can make you very tired and make it very, very hard to perform. Typically, I want at least one meal in my system and plenty of water before I go to the gym. Otherwise, I promise you'll notice the difference. Train one day without eating and drinking and train the next day with. The workout when you're well fed and hydrated, it's gonna eclipse the workout when you're underfed. Trust me. Another key factor in terms of tiredness, how many days in a row have you trained? It can be tricky, I know, when you're committing to a fitness journey. You wanna go all out, you wanna train every single day because that's what you see in the movies and the montages and the motivational bullshit, right? In reality, the human body is not designed to be put under stress constantly. It needs time to rest, it needs time to recover. If you do too many training days in a row, hard training days, you're gonna be overtired. Your body needs a little bit of rest. I will never train for more than 7 days in a row. Even more than 5 is pushing it. My ideal split is 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off. That way you can make sure on that 1 day off, no muscles are being trained, everything gets a chance to recover and rejuvenate so you're ready to hit it properly when you get back. Because you and I both know you can force yourself through a workout, right? When you get to a certain level of tiredness, muscle fatigue, even mental fatigue, that workout's not gonna accomplish nearly as much as if you pulled back on that day and went hard the next day. So try and aim for about 3 days on and 1 day off. Next, in terms of muscle soreness, what did you train the days before and what are you training today? It sounds complicated, it's really not. After you train a muscle group, let's say, typically only that muscle group and maybe the accessory muscle groups are gonna be sore. Let's take chest, for example. You had a big old chest day yesterday, your chest is very sore today and you're feeling quite tired. You can train today most likely, as long as you're not using your chest. If you train legs, if you train back, if you train arms, your chest is resting and recovering while the other muscles are still working. It's occasions like this where it makes sense to train back-to-back days because one muscle is being fully repaired while the other muscle is working. What you wouldn't want to do is do something like blast your chest one day, obviously go back the next day and do chest, don't do that, that should go without saying. But let's say you blast your chest and part of your chest workout was close grip bench press. For those who don't know, close grip bench press, there on the name, you bring your hands in slightly closer and it targets more of the triceps. If you did that on your chest day and your triceps were a little bit sore, but it wasn't technically a tricep day, I wouldn't train triceps the next day. If they got a bit of training the day before and they're feeling a little sore, give that muscle group a rest, train it a little bit later on in the week. Training intelligence comes into this a little bit, right? As you get more experienced at the gym, as you know what your body is trying to tell you through its muscle soreness or its tiredness, you're gonna know when you should be training and what you should be training. But initially, these are the basic principles to follow. A nice little trick to see if it's time for a rest day. I'm gonna tell you this, you can share it with your friends, but tell them you got it from me. A good way to tell if you have the strength and the energy to work out hard is take your hand, just like this, and grip it into a fist and squeeze as hard as you can. If you can feel you've got some good power and some strength in your squeeze, you're probably okay to work out. When you're really run down, that's gonna be exhausting. That squeeze is gonna be tiring, you're not gonna wanna do it. That's when you need to have a little rest day. Rest and recovery are just as important as training itself, so don't neglect rest. And listen to your body if it's sore. Don't train a sore muscle unless it's been a couple of days. Let's summarize, okay? Very brief video, but it's super important. I always say rest and recovery is just as important as training itself. So let's cover what we've gone over today. If you're overtired in terms of lack of sleep, best to catch up on the sleep as opposed to training. If a certain muscle group is sore and you trained it quite recently, don't train that muscle group again, you could train something else. If you trained something else yesterday, but an accessory muscle is sore, don't train that muscle today either. You've got enough muscles, you've got enough muscles to train, you can figure it out. Incorporate rest days quite frequently. I aim for 3 days on, 1 day off. And most importantly, listen to your body. As you develop more of an awareness, as your physique becomes more developed, you're gonna know what your body's trying to tell you. So listen to it. If you got some value from the video today, above the simple no at the start of the video, feel free to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.